Good day, my amiable viewers out there. I am Folahan Oyelekon, your online literature and English teacher. Today, I'm going to discuss a very unique topic titled How to Read Literature and English Text for WAEC and NECO exams. How to read literature and English text for WAEC and NECO exams. Let's go ahead. Reading literature text can be an enjoyable and enriching experience, but it is a different ball game when it comes to reading for exams. In doing this, one is compelled to read critically with a high level of concentration. What we are saying in essence here is that when we are reading for exam, it is more critical. We need more concentration than when we are reading for fun. Text in WAEC and NECO exams include drama, prose, and poetry. In order to score good grades in the exams, prospective candidates need to prepare well. Preparation for these exams involves understanding what exactly to do while preparing for the exams when you already have all the text. This will go a long way in preparing soft landing for the candidates. That is, a candidate supposed what to know, how to prepare for the exams. As we all know, the literature tests require intensive studying. The materials need to be deeply studied in preparation for the exams. One is not reading for fun here, but for examination. We must first look critically into the nature of the questions, the types of questions that are asked. These will invariably direct us on the preparation we need to embark on. That is, we need to know the type of questions that are asked by these examining bodies, the different types of questions that they normally ask. This will make us to prepare very well and work towards such questions. It is very compulsory for a literature student to have all the texts recommended by the examining bodies. Literature is purely a subject of textbooks. As we all know, without textbook, there is no literature. Literature is purely a subject of textbooks. Without these texts, the subject becomes difficult for both the teachers and the learners in the classroom. We are not making reference to the various summary text here. That is, if there are no texts, the subjects become difficult not only for the learners, but for the teachers also. We are not making reference to the various summary text here. The text we are referring to here is the real text, the real recommended text, not this summary text, not this text that summarize what you read in the real text. We are referring to the recommended text, because there is no way this summary text can cover all the effects in the textbooks. Without this text, the subject becomes difficult for both the teachers and the learners in the classroom. We are not making reference to the various summary text here. No summary text can cover all the effects in the recommended literature text. Those summary texts are good for revision after you might have read the real text and are preparing for the exams. That is, we are not condemning those summary texts, but they are only useful when you are preparing for exams. That is, after you might have read all the texts recommended by WAEC and NECO. So by the time you are preparing for these exams, you can now read those summary texts. After you might have purchased the recommended text, the first thing to do is to study the life history of the authors. This is because a good number of these authors write about their life experiences. Hence, you have an idea of what to see in their works. That is, the first thing is for us to study the life history of the authors of this recommended text, because Most of them write on their life experiences, what they have experienced in the past. For example, if we study the life history of Buchi Emecheta, the author of Second Class Citizen, we will see that the prose text is our autobiography. If the life history is studied before reading the text, one will have a very easy read and understanding of the text. Where an author comes from has many things to say about the work of such an author. That is, the origin of author has some things to say about his or her work. For example, 95% of authors from South Africa's subject matter is on apartheid. That is, 95% of authors that come from South Africa, the subject matter of their write-ups is on apartheid. While most of the authors or poets from Sierra Leone write about the civil war in that country between 1991 and 2002. Umar Farouk Sise, the writer of the poem The Song of the Women of My Land, is a good example here. The life history of the writer of his text is very important, be it in drama, prose, or poetry. They don't write in isolation. The next thing is identifying the areas covered by the questions, the types of questions that are asked in the exams for the literature text. We will first consider drama and prose texts in this write-up. The questions asked from these genres are similar, that is, drama and prose. The areas covered in the questions are the themes, settings, characters, and the roles of the characters as well as their significance. It also covers the dramatic techniques if it is a drama and narrative techniques if it is a prose text. All these literary terms are explicitly explained in Background Knowledge to Literature. This is one of my ebooks. So this particular one is based on the background knowledge, that is, what you need to study while preparing for literature. Those are the background knowledge. Talking about introduction to literature, types of literature, functions of literature, figures of speech, the various techniques that are used in literature, drama, prose, poetry, everything is in background knowledge to literature. These questions might not be asked directly. The candidates are expected to interpret the questions and decipher what they are expected to do in such a situation. What we mean here is that the question might not be asked directly. They might not ask you what are the themes of second class citizen. They might not ask the question directly like that. They might ask in another way. So it's now left to the students or candidates to interpret the question. The aforementioned literary terms will be our focus when reading the text chapter by chapter or scene by scene, as the case may be. How do we now achieve this? Let's see how we are going to achieve this. When reading or going through literature text, it is imperative that we hold our pencils. The moment we identify any of the literary terms earlier listed, we use our pencil to underline the area or write it out somewhere on the page of the book. Let's say I'm reading The Lion and the Jewel by Wole Soyinka, and I identify the theme of modernity. I will just write theme of modernity by the side of the page. Or I'm reading Fences by August Wilson, and I am on a page where Corey is displaying his character. I will just write by the side of the page characters of Corey. I may also be on a page where flashback or any other technique is used in Unexpected Joy at Dawn by Alex Agri. I will just write it with my pencil by the side of the page. This works like magic because Whenever one is looking for the usage of the literary terms from any of the texts, you only need to scan through the books and look for the jottings by the side of the books. This makes things easier for you. Let's move on. Especially when one is given an assignment or preparing for any of the exams, it will be very easy to locate answers to any related questions on literary terms and other questions, since one needs to cite examples from the text to back up one's point. That is, whatever question you are answering in literature in English, you need to make reference to the text. Another vital usage of the pencil is to underline the perceived difficult words and expressions. You then look for the meaning, which make the reading and understanding smooth. Mind you, it's not every difficult word and expression in the text you will be searching for, so the reading will not be boring for you, especially if you are reading the text for the first time. In the course of doing all this, the plot reveals the settings and other information needed about the text. After you might have finished reading the book following the aforementioned guidelines, you can then engage in discussion about the text with your colleagues and ask questions from your teacher. This will go a long way in confirming what you read in the text and shed light on the grey areas. So that's just about drama and prose. How do we now treat poetry? How do we go about poetry? How do we go about appreciating poetry? There's a video already on this channel titled How to Demystify Poetry. So you can search for it on the channel or just write in the message box that I'll send you the link of How to Demystify Poetry on my channel. If you are listening to this channel for the first time, try and subscribe to the channel so that you have access to all my videos. And also, you can share it with your friend. You are free to share it on Facebook. Share the channel on Facebook, Twitter, and any other social media handle. Thank you and God bless.